Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. I should say this is going to be Transport Humans or Passengers version 2. So anyway, there's a couple different lines that I would actually like to go ahead and implement, but in today's episode, just based on time constraints, we're only going to have access to one of them. Going to be able to only take care of one of them, I should say. I'm just kind of looking around at everything just to see how everything is doing. Everything seems to be actually running pretty efficiently. I probably have maybe too many vehicles on this line. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it is pretty good. Pretty much full almost all the time, so that's not bad. But I think the one that I would like to work on today is a line from Lancaster, which is not quite the most northern town because we already have tied in Coral Springs. And then we've got Oxnard, which I do need to do a little bit of work on in today's episode. But I figured that this is going to be a nice stopping point for the next line. Now, there is going to be something else that I would like to do with Lancaster as well. And it's going to be it's going to be at least a two-line hub. We're going to have a line that's going to stop there, and we're going to have a line that is going to continue through there. So that way they have a couple different options of different ways that they could potentially go to. Now, if we do look at this map up here, you can see that we got like clusters of cities, and in this big area, for the most part, there's nothing here. And this is what I was kind of like trying to decide what I should do. Do I run a line from Elk Grove down to Manchester? There is already an airport here. Maybe I should just let the airport kind of do its thing. And there's nothing really that kind of ties in these two lines together. So really the only opportunity that I feel like I would have is to extend this platform yet again. And if I do that, that's not going to be the last time that I extend this platform. So Elk Grove could become massive in the grand scheme of things. Or I guess I could technically do this up in Pittsburgh if that is something that I choose to do. There's this, and I could run a line from Elk Grove all the way down to Manchester, and then that would just be like a shuttle. And that's all it would do, is back and forth between those two cities. And then you would have an opportunity to be able to take an airplane up to Jacksonville as well. So or what I could do is put a train station over here and maybe have, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, because I would like to have a big old train station up in Jacksonville. Jacksonville needs a train station. It is by far my largest city on the map. And then it's Elk Grove. So if I do what I want with Elk Grove, I think Elk Grove will actually become the largest city on the map, because it's going to be all lines ultimately end up in Elk Grove. So, but what I could do is potentially do a line from Elk Grove down to Manchester. And I kind of want to go to the airport, because that would get more people out to the airport. And that just means I have to kind of figure out how to place it, and I would like to put a terminal like right here. Nobody is using this road anyway, so I don't necessarily have to keep this junction. And so let's just see if we were to put a terminal right here, because I want to put one here anyway, because of what we're going to be working on. But what I would like to do is see if this would be able to reach that airport. Does it reach? It does not. Now, if I configure the terminal and put the terminal down here, I'm just curious. This is going to cost a little bit of money to do this. I didn't want to do that. I want to do this figure and then move the main terminal down here. If I were to do this and maybe move some of these things, then I don't think we would have a problem connecting it up to the airport. Oh, actually... Hold up, let's do this. Well, if I get rid of this, is that gonna get rid of everything that's sitting here? Oh, I don't know if I want to do this or not, because I don't have a lot of food chilling down here now anymore. Maybe this is something that I don't necessarily want to do. Oh wow, there's a lot of food on this line. Okay, so I guess let's take a gamble. Configure. Delete that one. And will that connect up to that road? Will it connect up to any of the road? So let's delete this. And so do that. And what we can do is see if by chance that will connect up. What is it trying to connect to? Oh, what the hell? Seriously? Okay, so let's do... I'm gonna have to redo a lot of this, it looks like. And I think I just lost all my passengers, and no, it's, I guess, still kind of there. Kind of bring this road down a little bit, maybe? It's gonna be kind of weird, but... Weird. That's kind of strange. But then we could do a road like right next to this, right? I guess it doesn't need to be like that close. That probably just run like right there. Something like that. And then we could go something like... push that back just a little bit. If this doesn't work out, then this is literally all for nothing. Okay, I can get rid of this. I can get rid of all of this. Wow, that doesn't look stupid at all, does it? Let's see, paint, assets, can I... Okay, so that's not gonna work. Mixed rocks. Can I just throw this in there? That's way too close. Okay, that looks really dumb, but I guess we're not going to the airport, so I guess whatever. Let's do road. Let's connect this road up. There. To there. All right, so now that we actually got that terminal moved and it's connected right there, if I were to put a train station here now, there we go. Now we're able to go ahead and do that. Okay, that answers that question. So I guess that was worth it in the long run. So we've got 4 terminals. Do I actually need 4 terminals? I'm gonna have 1 going through, 2 going through. Yes, I think 4 is what I need, at least for now. Let's go into here. Let's configure this. Let's put a passenger terminal there. Let's delete this guy. Then we got the cargo. I'm gonna put the cargo way towards the end. Then I can delete this one. Can I actually fit another cargo in there? I can. Okay, so let's just see how that plays out. Did I lose everything? I did. I lost everything. I lost it all. That is actually kind of unfortunate. All right, well, I guess we're just gonna go ahead and pause this for the time being. What is... Whoa. Oh, that's because this thing isn't up and working. So we got one way. There. Let's configure this. Rid of this. Figure. Delete. I'm gonna go ahead and modify this real quick. Well, that was very extensive for what I had to do. I had to put in 2 different terminals because the station that we actually had originally over here was too far away now from the train station. So now we got this little terminal. Now all these are together. So now we can get people into the train or the bus to the train or to the airport. And then this actually, believe it or not, actually hits the oil refinery. So now we have a chance to bring oil in if we would like to be able to do that, which I might actually do that at some point, because now we have access to an airport that, I mean, it's a busy airport, don't get me wrong, but if we can put a couple of 747s on here, bring oil in and then bring it out and have this as a huge terminal hub, that's great for me because there's a refinery right here. So we might as well at least try to take advantage of it if we can. So there we go. Pretty excited about that. The changes were, I think, are very welcomed. Except for it looks a little weird. I'll have to do some terraforming around here. But yeah, it's like this weird like a hole. The road is actually like at the second level of. It's interesting. We'll just leave it at that. So that's all taken care of. Spent way too much time there. I lost everything that I had here. I had like 200 and some wheat chilling here. I had a whole bunch of people here. So kind of at a loss for that. A little bit rough, not gonna lie. But now what we need to do is somehow try to figure out how we want to put a train station in Manchester, because we actually have never put a train station there. So I don't know what to do. And this is where I'm kind of lost, because we have this crude oil, which I don't want to touch at all. And getting it over there, I don't think is going to be too difficult, but I'm wondering that maybe I should just put a train terminal like over on this side of Manchester, and then put a new like hub for like a bus terminal over here, I guess. Completely lost what I was trying to say there for a second. But then get rid of this one and make this one more of a stop than a hub. And then that way we can just use this road as that. So we would have to destroy a lot of these houses, and that would be something that we could do. Now, the problem that I'm gonna run into, just like this one, I don't know how many lines are actually gonna come into this one, is maybe... Like I said, it'd be the same, because we'd have 2 going this way. Well, for now, I think we can get away with... Well, I'll put 4 down, that way we just have them, and then we just need a twofer over here. So, let's... And then that way we're on this side of the road, and hopefully, when we kind of go out towards Lancaster, my goal is to actually put it right here. Now, this is going to be a terminus. This will be the first one that I've actually created. I have no reason to go any further. If I need to put a train line out there, it's not to go on this line whatsoever. This is literally just for commuters. I mean, every line has its own. Like, I'm not going to put commuter trains on this line, which would make sense, but I might run the line parallel to it and then maybe branch off somewhere around... I don't know, maybe out here and then come this way. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna get everything down here in Manchester yet. I'll look at all of those trucks. Okie dokie that. So let's go ahead and put a train terminal over here, and I'm gonna put... Yeah, because then I could go over to Shreveport. I could have one that goes to Lancaster, one goes to Shreveport. Maybe wraps around and goes to Tacoma. Or I could use Miramar for that. Because I'm planning on putting the train station over here. Which, that's really interesting how this city is growing. Interesting. Alright, whatever. I'm totally getting confused and lost and everything else that you guys could possibly think of right now. that airport, that did it to me, let me tell you. So let's get our train station over here, and let's get another 4-1. And let's put it about I can't tell if that's straight or not. That's that. I think that's right. That's good. Okay, so we want to be able to put... I'm going to put a bus station right here. So might as well just do that quick, and then I can kind of see what we're working with, perhaps. We'll turn this around, and I'm going to put it right at this junction. Actually, let's put it right at this junction. There we go. Lost a lot of stuff in the process, but I think that will be okay. And now that's like on the main drag, which I really like that. Okay, so let's do a train station. You know what? We're gonna do this. And we're gonna run the city limits out a little bit from here. Data there. And then let's do a train. I think that will be good. Okay, they are with range of each other. Or maybe I shouldn't have done that. I should have just put it across the street. Okay, let's do... train station. Say right there. And now we can put a bus station opposite it. And as far as we can get it connected. Right there. That way, hopefully something can be built in there. And if not, we'll put some trees. And let's go with our train station. We're gonna go with the wonderful underground one, which I like to use this just for the underground purposes. It's not, I mean, if you watch like, wow, that's really long. So let's do like 80. I think all the other ones are 80, right? I think so. Then I also need one right there. Looks good to me. So now what we can do is we can connect up these tracks. Actually, this one probably could have been a 6. Unless I just stop it here, then they can transfer. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Well, let's kind of curve there. And now this, we want to go underneath the city. If it will let us. Wow, okay, it is not being very kind to me right now. Come on, game. You can do it. Okay, let's find out which one this was. Was that the inside or the outside? That was that one. So I guess I gotta think about this for a second. So after a little bit of contemplation and building another station over here in Lancaster, now this is actually all set up. I got the bus terminal and then the train station set up. I got the line ran through, and there's a lot of mountains over in this area. So not a lot of track is exposed, not for a lack of trying. And then this was all raised because that's a very level gradient now. It's level. I attached the first line all the way over here into Manchester and then back, and then it goes through Manchester and then over into the airport. Now what I'm thinking about doing is, if I do bring another line over here, is completely bypassing this terminal. So really the only way that you can get to this terminal is by coming all the way into Manchester first, or if you obviously came from Miramar or whatever. But that way, if I did bring a line down, it's not coming through there, so I could technically get rid of a couple of those platforms. But I will leave them there for now, because this does reach this, and I could change those into cargo ones if I need to. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of reworking to do that, but it's definitely a possibility. So if I wanted to bring more cargo goods into this airport, I could. Now, I got to be careful with how much cargo goods I put on this line, because there's already a lot of stuff happening. I've got 3 airports that are going from here. I'm going from the Austin airport, which is Oklahoma City and Austin. I've got the Memphis one, which is down here. But then the other airport that I actually want to use with it is the Wichita Falls one, or whatever airport I end up doing with this one over here. Now, I am contemplating putting an airport really close to Akron, because I kind of want this to be the hub over here. Because if we were to look at all of these cities, we got Akron's right there. So it's bigger than a lot of the other ones that we've already established on, and we're focusing over here. I mean, Wichita Falls is literally the smallest one, but it already has an airport. So that would be nice if I were to do that, but I need, definitely gonna have to run a train line up from basically from Austin all the way down. But I would like to put an airport here, even though I'd like to use this airport. I just don't know which one. So one of these is going to have an airport. I just don't know which one. And then I feel like Manchester is too close to anything down here to have an airport. So that would ultimately be the last one that would have a passenger airline coming into this area. But that would give us access to having other airports as well. Like I could fly passengers over here because this is attached to an airport. We could also fly people into Jacksonville. So Akron is very close, so it wouldn't be that far of a flight. It's kind of why I want to use Wichita Falls, unless I just put it on the other side of the river, like right in this area. So it's kind of like halfway between, and then I use that as like a stop to get people to fly out of this area. Though if I do run a line all the way up to Austin, I think people are going to take the train way more than they're going to take the airport. But I could be wrong. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and work on the next line. I think this one's going to be a little bit tricky. There's a lot of mountains over in this area, and I would like to... I don't know where I actually really want to put this at. I mean, obviously putting it in the downtown area would be a lot more efficient, and I should have done this a long time ago and then built up around it. That's probably something that's going to kind of hurt me in the long run. But this city is a massive now. I mean, this is one of the biggest cities that we do have in the game. I mean, it is right there. It's in the top 10. So let's go ahead and place it. I think what we're gonna do is, I feel like this is just way too far out of town, and I might have to bulldoze some of this, or unless I put it down here. I don't know what to do. Kind of at a loss. I'll figure it out though. Well, after quite a bit of time, I finally got this all set up. Now I am very excited for this, to show you guys what this can actually do and what I've done with it. So it seems like we may have an issue. Let's see. Well, probably because of that line there. Then we'll go back to there and then back there. All right. So this would be station number 4. Station 2. Station 1. Then we are going to station 1. And then all the way down into Miramar, we got station number 1. And then all the way to Memphis, we have a station number 1. And then coming back to Miramar, we've got station number 2. Station 2 there, and station 3 here. So the question is, why can't that switch over here? That not connected some? All right, let's check out my signals. I mean, I did the auto placement from my signals, so you would think that that would have set everything up correctly. Good. That looks good. That looks good. And that looks good. So maybe we can get rid of this one. We probably don't need that one at all. Okay, so it seems to make it all the way down to Memphis. Ah, I see what the problem is here with this train. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this onto Can we perhaps not get it onto that track? I could do something like that, at least temporarily anyway. So there we go. Now once that gets off the track there, now we can fix this. Beautiful. And pause, and we can get back into figuring out what's going on with this guy. All right, so from here, there should be the cross is right there. So I guess what I need to do is get rid of this one. That would be the problem. because of the one-way signal. And that comes to here, no problems. Then all the way down to the airport, no problems. Into the station, yes, problem. 1, 2, and 3. Why don't you like this one? I bet it's got to do something with the crisscross down here. I bet it is. I bet it's this one right there. And there we go. Easy peasy. All right. So now we actually got that all taken care of. We just need to get a train on to this line, which would serve to be problematic. Where do we want to put it? I think we'll put it down. I don't want to have it in the middle of the line. You know what? We're gonna put it down over here, I think. It's gonna be towards the end of the line, but I think that's probably okay. Don't think we really need to worry about it too much. So let's go buildings. And then let's go ahead and put our depot in. Turn this guy around. And then let's go ahead and place our track. There. And then to there. All right, there we go. Now that's in place. And I do have to do a little bit of setting up. Like I need to get buses set up there. Believe it or not, I actually need to set up some buses. I got the stations put in, but I don't have the route, and then I have to set up Coral Springs as well. So that'll be probably done quickly off camera, or I could do that real quick before we finish up the episode. But what is really cool about this line is I would like to ride this one with you. So let me grab my train, and we will go ahead and buy. And I've been using let's see, it was this one. Now this has 102 capacity. It's a $59 million train, and I want to show you guys how much money we have actually spent on this project. My bridge alone that I built was over $100 million. Just one bridge, $100 million. So okay, so we've got 60 million, 68 million, 211, and then 59 million for the train. So that's pretty crazy if you think about it. Let's see, can we take a look? Yeah, so basically that sounds about right for everything that we have done. So just to build this line, just to build the line, and then without even purchasing the one train, which I'm sure we're gonna have to potentially get more than one, we spent, what is that, 330 million, $340 million on this line. I will never recuperate that cost ever with a passenger line. It's just not gonna happen. So anyway, let's go ahead and unpause this, and I want to show you guys what this thing is like. I am very excited. I'm actually going to go ahead and speed up time just a little bit to see if we happen to get anybody on this line. Now I do have to go back. I do have to go back through the entire line at some point in time and kind of flatten out everything. But this thing I'm pretty pumped up about this. And now this is going to be a really fast train. It's got a lot of horsepower and a lot of friction. And quite honestly, I just like the way that it sounds. Now this is a fairly long journey from Lancaster, and that bridge that we just went under, it was something that I put in, and I tried to keep this as level as I could, so I attached Lancaster all the way up to Manchester with just the one line. I don't think we're gonna hit full speed, because right after we get outside this tunnel, we should be getting close to Manchester, yeah. There is one section that I think we might be able to just cruise through this entire system. And that is going to be the bridge. I think we actually might hit the 186 miles an hour. Now I do wish that that slope was a little bit better, because I only do that around the stations because it is such a slant down. I don't like that. I would rather it be curved. But it just takes a long time to do it naturally, whereas if I can, with that mod, it just makes it so much easier to go ahead and put it together. I need to flatten this area out a little bit. I did do right up here by the highway. Welcome to the airport. I should actually put Manchester Airport on there. I think that would be really cool to put that as something. So I did flatten this area right here, and then this is actually a brand new highway on the right-hand side. And then this doesn't go, this section of the entire tracks does not go through any tunnels. So from the airport all the way into Miramar, it goes through no tunnels whatsoever. But as soon as we hit the station and start going across the bridge, we will actually go into... We will go into a tunnel. And that's just because the city is built up pretty decent already. And actually, there's a couple people already waiting to go to Memphis. That's crazy. I haven't even, like, set up everything in this area. So to get a couple passengers without even setting everything up, I will definitely go ahead and take that. And then this, I thought was really cool. Look at this bridge. It's a little bit slow around that corner. And I couldn't make it any better than that. I mean, I guess I could technically delete some of the some of this a little bit. But look at this. Yeah, we aren't going to even get up to speed, I don't think. Then we got another brand new bridge right there. And then this is the last tunnel that goes into the station. So it didn't even hit full speed like I actually thought it was potentially going to. And that is probably because of that turn on the bridge. So I might have to actually look at that at some point. Oh wow, we got a lot of people. But this is actually already set up to go back to Miramar. So Memphis is already set up for transportation. And look at that, a few people already here. That's cool. Alright, well, that's where I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure that you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. Until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.